Once again, class, good morning. This is teacher Joker again. So today our subject is science, and for today we're going to continue our previous lesson, which is about the habitats of plants. So are you ready? Okay, so let's start. So let's review first our vocabulary last time. So what is habitat, class? When we say habitat, a habitat is the place where plant lives. So what are the places where plant can live? We have mountain. So plants can live in the mountain. Plants can live in the forest. Plants can live in the rainforest. They can live in trees also, in the desert, water, and land. So these are the habitats of plant. And before I will give you our next activity for today, let's review again. Where do plants live? Where do plants live? Plants live on land. Land. Plants live on trees, like orchids, for example, and any other kinds of ferns. Plants live in the desert, like cactus. Also in the water, for example, we have the so-called aquatic plants, or the plants that can live in water. And in the forest, so trees and any other kinds of plants can live in the forest. And now let's have the examples of plants that can live on land. So we have here mango tree and many other kinds of trees. Okay, so I just took mango tree as an example, sunflower, and tomato. So these are just sample of plants that can grow or live on land. How about the plants that can live on trees? We have here orchids, for example. So orchids live on the branches of trees. What is this? This is called ferns. So ferns mostly grow on the branches of trees. We have also moss or mosses, wherein this mostly grow or live on trees. So we have orchids, ferns, and mosses. Next is the plants that can live in water. So what are the plants that can live on water? Example is we have water hyacinth. Water hyacinth. So this is a plant that can live in water. Next is we have lotus. Lotus and a water lily. Water lily. Water hyacinth, lotus, and water lily. So these are the plants that can grow or live in water. We have many other plants that can live in water, but I just took only 3 examples. Another is the plants that can live in the desert. So do you have any idea? What are the plants that can live or grow in the desert? Okay, so one example of plants that can grow in the desert is we have cactus. Okay, so cactus lives in the desert. Aloe vera, for example. So aloe vera and cactus are just some few examples of the plants that can live in the desert. Next is what are the plants that can grow or live in the forest? So mostly trees can live in the forest, mountain, and rainforest. So in here we have oak tree. So oak tree mostly live in a forest, mountain, or rainforest. Pine trees, for example. So those are just example of the plants that can grow in the forest. So those are the plants that live on those habitats. So for your activity class, you're going to write an example of the plants that grow or live in the following habitats. So you're going to give at least 2 examples of plants that can grow or live in water, forest, desert, and trees. Okay, so give me two examples of plants that live in water, two examples of plants that live in a forest, two examples of plants that live in the desert or that can grow in the desert, and two examples of plants that can grow or live on the branches of trees. Okay, so kindly do this one in your notebook and then never mind to take a photo. I will check this one if you come to school. Okay, so that's all for today, class, and see you again next period. So before I end up, again, I will repeat your activity for today. Kindly give two examples of plants that live in the water, forest, desert, and trees. Okay, right in the blank.